qualified to be shorts.
Hey, we're live. Everyone heard your comment about shorts.
Oh no.
You clothesist.
That's me.
You and your clothes prejudice. You. Hey everybody, we're doing our Star Wars live stream right on time at 8:57, like every Monday night. For now, probably in the future. Every time, like clockwork, on the dot, 8:57 or earlier or later. Every time. All right. So just like last time when we were here on time, we had the guys on a thrilling routine trip to another system. And they accomplished travel. That's what they did. They moved. They moved. So they've entered into a system that has like a giant, kind of like somewhat rocky nebula surrounding the whole system, but inside of the nebula, it's actually kind of opened up and hollow. Like the cloudy stuff is not in there. There's a couple of ways in and out. And what I told you guys before is that like you could go through the nebula, but you'd have to navigate it pretty carefully and it would take forever. So yeah, probably not the ideal route. So you guys headed in and you sat down at a landing port. And it was a pretty basic landing pad at the spaceport with like a decently repaired but not fancy kind of concrete wall going around it. And you sat down your ramp, and at the bottom is a guy in some kind of uniform holding a data pad.
I kick him.
I kick him. I kick him very hard. I'm using all my character points to add to damage. All of them. So that's where we left off. What are you going to do?
Where exactly are we? I don't remember where we are, like on the ship. Are we standing at the top of the boarding ramp, or are we both there? Is it just me?
You just landed and put down the ramp, and that's when you see the guys there. So I assume you're still in the cockpit.
Okay. Well, I'll just hop up and start heading down the ramp.
Okay. And what is your demeanor? Ral?
Very laid back.
Okay. And so you head off that way. And Druto, I assume you get up as well.
If I do, I see the guy with the data pad as well from the cockpit.
Let's assume you did. Let's assume you did.
Then
how would Druto respond?
He's gonna go to his quarters and put on.
He's having flashbacks.
Put on all his armor and
okay.
And get his blaster.
I've got to be ready.
And yeah. Make sure he's got his data pad on him. Any spare rations he has. Everything that he thinks he might need in an emergency. He's
all of his belongings. So he's got his backpack on.
Pretty much.
He's packed up. He's like, I might not ever see this stuff again. Okay. So that means that Ral's you're kind of headed down the ramp, and you kind of notice Druto's headed back towards the rear of the ship. I assume you go ahead and you head on down the ramp.
Well, if I see him like heading back there, I'll just be like, "Hey man, where are you going?"
I'm getting my stuff.
Okay, cool. And I'm just gonna head down the ramp.
Ral gets down to the bottom. He's like, "Hi, Are you going to try to steal my ship?
I might need to kill this guy.
All right. So you head down there, and as you're coming down the ramp, the guy looks up at you and he says, "Oh, greetings. Yes.
Hey, man. How's it
step.
going?
Oh, yeah. It's going well. Please just step down here. I have a few things to go over with you."
Okay. What's up?
So you get down there, and the guy kind of like, he's got these like thick glasses on. He kind of like peers up at you and then looks down at his data pad. Okay, first of all, I'm instructed to remind you, no piracy. Like before I ask about your business in the system, no piracy.
Oh, it's fine, man. I'm a legitimate businessman.
He's well, whatever,
no
but
piracy.
no piracy. Okay, good. Right. Yes. Number two, as long as you're here in the city, try to keep any ruckus to a minimum. When we understand people have business to take care of, but try to leave the locals out of it, and if possible, clean up your own mess. So long as we understand that. Very good. Okay. There's
Rel's just been nodding along this entire time. Just
yeah. There's a small docking fee of 10 credits. If you want access to services, that's just on a per use basis. So you pay for what you use, and if you damage anything, we'll lock you down until you pay for it. You just don't damage anything.
Yep, not damaging anything.
Well, we think that's reasonable. Okay. Do you need any information? Welcome to Donato. Here you are.
Yeah. Do you have any kind of like map or directory of this place?
Yeah. Here at the spaceport, you should be able to connect to the network and grab the publicly available maps. Yeah, that should be there. They're free of charge. There's some advertisements in it, as you might expect, advertising local businesses. They pay to get listed so that there's no charge to you.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, man.
Very good. I need to collect the 10 credit fee at this time.
Okay. So how are credits normally? Like what kind of form is like an actual credit? Like
so you could have
digital?
Something. It can be digital.
A
lot of people in your profession don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want it to be so super duper traceable. So there's like small hardware devices. Kind of, you might imagine it being like a prepaid credit card. So like a cred stick.
Gotcha.
That you could use. Something that's anonymous, but like reliably verifiable and so on.
Okay. Well, I'll pull a cred stick out of my pocket and be like, right here, man.
Okay. And here, just tap it right here to the port on the, okay. And very good. You're good to go. You're paid up for the day, and you'll have until noon tomorrow. If you're planning to stay for an extended period of time, the rate is it's like 3 credits a day. It's pretty reasonable.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Very good. Yep. Donato, here you are. Right. And then he turns around and leaves.
All right. Well, I'll head back inside to look for Druto.
Okay, so you head up the ramp. Druto, you've packed all your stuff, and like you got your vest on, your backpack on, your rifle. Which are you carrying it slung, or are you carrying it in your hands?
It's long.
Okay, so you kind of got that over a shoulder, and you kind of get to the top of the ramp, and that's when Rao comes back up, and the two of you meet each other there.
Okay, Druso is still kind of triple checking himself as he's walking towards the ramp. Okay. Yep.
Charged.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still have this. Yep. Still charged.
Hey, man, you look prepared.
Yeah, I didn't like what happened last time.
Yeah, me neither. Well, let's find this guy we're supposed to meet, and I'm going to head over towards wherever I access the map from.
Okay, so this spaceport is laid out how a lot of spaceports are laid out.
Mm. Do we have a picture?
Drawing.
Even better.
Even more better. Here we go. Let me get drawing. The infamous drawing app. Yes, this app has never been as famous as it is right now. So like you'll have the spaceport area, and then there will be something like don't start laughing. I haven't even drawn anything. So you'll have like a branch, and it will radiate out to a few different landing pads.
He's drawing lines. Come
on. Come on. Am I gonna need to like get a drafting program to make clean lines on this?
It should probably be at least, a circle.
It's a circle
instead of that one over on the left.
Look. Look. I was gonna have you imagine that this was a series of landing pads seen from above, but apparently your imagination wanted to see a different image. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't have landed at that one on the left.
So I'm not going to comment on what you would have landed in. Okay. And so there will be other branches going off to other kind of like radial sections of landing pads. And so you're kind of, look, you know what? You're on this one. That's where you are. You're on this one right here.
Oh no, there's an X on it.
Well, I was worried if I drew a line or a dot in the wrong place. That's called the urethra.
Okay.
So anyway, that's where you are. You're on the X, on the round landing pad.
The very round landing pad. Right. And
so anyway, there's a kind of like a small 2-story building here. Looks like it's got some traffic control stuff up on top with like windows that wrap around the building. But on the ground floor, it looks like there's some doors that some people are coming and going out of. It's moderately busy compared to Glova, the agriculture world that you guys went to. This is way busier, which is to say there may be a ship coming here every hour. So way more traffic.
I see. So are people walking, riding vehicles?
Yeah, it's all foot traffic in this area. The distance is not that far. It's just not that far.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'll search up Who are we supposed to meet here again? I've forgotten that.
So your contact's name is Bally Josto. He's your supplier contact.
Ali Josto.
Yes, that is his name.
Okay, well, I will type his name into the into the
You'll
map.
search him up.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to the, as you're getting close to the tower, your data pad can pick up the signal. Druto, during this time, what are you doing? Because Druto may be looking for different kinds of information, or he may not be looking for any. So what's he doing?
I mean, he's definitely looking for Imperial presence, or
Okay.
what looks like security presence.
Okay, so you look around, and yeah, like other than the guy that was outside of the ship, you don't really see many people that look like they're there in an official capacity. Like there's a couple of other guys in a similar uniform that are kind of coming and going out of this central hub building as well, headed off to different pads or whatever. But you don't see anybody that's like in a uniform and obviously armed. But you do see some other people that are, coming and going, like, civilian looking people that are armed. Like you're not the only one that's got a rifle slung. A lot of people have a piece on their hip.
Okay.
So Ral, you get close enough to the central tower building here, and you're able to access the network from there. Seems like it's fairly short range, but it gives you access to the city network, which will be available anywhere. And so you get maps and directories and stuff like that. You look up Bally Josto, and it brings up a entry that shows it doesn't show his face at all. There's no picture. In fact, it seems like there's no place for a picture, but it brings up his name, an address you should be able to find him at, and also a contact code for your comms.
Okay.
In case it needed to be said, the exit of the airport, spaceport, is this way. The hyper airport is this way.
Let's see. How long were we on how long was our trip on the ship?
It was pretty good. From the mining place to there was like something like 12 to 16 hours total. I think maybe the main stretch was 12 hours. And then there was a little bit extra getting from their really remote system out to the main lanes.
Okay.
Did Ral sleep or nap or anything on the way over?
He probably napped some.
Yeah. And we know Druto did.
Yep.
Okay. You asked about sleep.
Oh, I asked how long it was. How long we were.
Right. Yeah. I asked about sleep.
I'll just turn to Druto. Hey, man, you hungry? Let's get some grub.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so how do you go about looking for it?
I will just look up just human food in the in the directory, and then just choose a place that seems close by randomly.
Okay. So you open up the directory and you search for human food, and like right at covering the top half of the results page is like this banner with like this video playing, and there's these people like smiling and like tossing food back and forth between these big like spatula pan looking things, like throwing it back and forth. And
can I dismiss the ad?
No.
Oh,
no,
definitely not going there.
and they're doing it, and then like they catch it and like slam some kind of sauce on the top and stick it in the oven, and then they kind of like cross their arms and like stand next to each other and then like pull it out of the oven, and it looks pretty good, but like, you know, who would want to put up with that video again? And then it says chorbos.
Chorbos.
And then it starts all over again.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm definitely looking up chorbos.
Crap. Oh crap. I didn't deter you enough.
Well, I'll just look it up and see if it's close by.
Okay.
If it's not, then I'll abandon the search.
I'm gonna change the ad a little bit. It says chorbos. It's made of us.
I'm going to immediately stop searching for chorbos.
Now do whatever you would have done. I'm not gonna interfere.
If he sees that it's made of us, then yeah, he's not. No.
I like that better, but I'm not gonna retcon it. So it just says chorbos. Or maybe I'll just say it's not appearing on this advertisement.
Oh, no.
I think that's better. Okay, so you look it up, right? You look it up to see if it's not that far away.
Sure.
Oh, no.
So as it turns out, the city that you're in is named Seslekt.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a new. Can I tab? I have tabs.
Wow.
This is an advanced piece of software. Advanced compared to Internet Explorer 5 or something. Anyway, so as it turns out, the city of Seslekt. My writing is as good as my circles. Okay. Is actually a
function.
A very highly planned city. So when you see it from above, it looks like a circle. It just looks like a big circle. Or over here on the outskirts is where the spaceport was. But then you've got like the big circular shape of the city, and it's kind of broken into districts. And the outer ring tends to be residential areas or like leisure activities and stuff like that. And then you've got an inner ring that's commercial. Yes. Okay. It's gonna look like this. And then on the inside, it's kind of subdivided into 3 sections. There's a little bit of industry, not a ton. We'll just say industry, commercial, residential. A little bit of industry, a little bit of public sector stuff, so government offices and so on. And then there's just like kind of a hodgepodge of stuff here. Stuff that doesn't fall that well into other categories. And there's roads that lead like in giant rings. Let's just say roughly where these lines are, with connecting roads leading between them. So anyway, it was a very tightly planned cityscape. Very tightly planned. Very like kind of artificially laid out. Everything is super level and lined up. So anyway, You came in at the spaceport,
Hmm.
and the restaurant is, what did I call it?
Chorbos.
Chorbos. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. Chorbos is kind of like over here.
Okay. Did we see the map for Bally Josto's address? Chorbos.
Chorbos. So you haven't looked it up yet. Like you have the address, but
Oh, okay. Well, I will look it up.
so you
then.
check it on the map,
Hmm.
and he's kind of over here. You know what? Let's just do this. This is where he is. Valley. He's over on that side of the city. It's not that large of a city. Like the total population is about 70,000 people all told. Unlike Glova, there's actually a few cities around the planet.
Okay. Let's see. Do we know if there is like public transit, or can we like rent a car, or I mean a speeder?
Yeah, you see there's a kind of transit station right here where the starport connects in with the regular roads. And you should be able to find whatever you're looking for there.
Okay.
And the rates are like if you wanted a speeder cab, it would be something like, 2-3 credits, depending on how close it is.
Okay. Well, while we're walking over to the transit station, I'll show my data pad to Druto and be like, "What do you think about this Chorbo's place?"
Do you still have the video playing on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's whatever. I'm hungry.
Okay. Well, we'll keep walking over to the transit station then.
Okay, so you get down there. There's no issues. You see, there's a really short queue of cabs. In other words, two. They're kind of lined up, waiting to pick up fares. And there's also a spot where you could wait for like a bus, a hyper bus.
Hyper bus. We'll take one of the hyper
Repulsa bus.
taxis instead.
Okay, the hyper taxis. It's a speeder cab. You take the speeder cab. Okay, so you walk over, and the guy's kind of standing outside of his cab, and he's like, "Hey, going somewhere?"
Yeah, man. We're looking for somewhere to eat. What do you think about this Chorbo's place?
It's fine for tourists.
Huh. For tourists, huh? Well, what about a good local place?
So I should mention, this guy's not a human. He looks kind of like a Mon Calamari with like a beanie, except it's Mon Calamari head shaped. It's kind of floppy in the back.
All right.
Kind of flops off of his Mon Calamari head way in the back. He's like, for humans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't eat much human food. Hey, he turns around to the other cab behind him. The driver back there is human. He's like, hey, what's good for humans? A good place to eat. And the guy's like, look, guys, just get in my cab. Okay, trust me, I'm doing you a solid. Get in my cab here. I'll take you to the good places. And so they start arguing. Are you gonna like give them a second to argue, or are you gonna break in, or do something else?
Druso is just gonna start walking toward the human's cab without saying anything.
Raoul's just watching. He's just kind of got his hands in his pocket. He's like, "Oh, they're arguing."
And so so the cabbie sees Druto walking back to the other cab. He's like, hey, no violence. Come on, get in the cab. I'll take you to the best places around. Come on. But seriously, he leans back. Hey, but seriously, what would be a good place? And the guy's like, oh, the Slumpy Glump. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. People like that. All right, come on, get in, guys. Come on.
All right, you heard the man, Druto.
So what does Druto do?
Resignedly, he walks back.
Okay. So you both hop into the speeder cab.
Yep.
And the guy takes off. Yeah, you failed to ask where it was. So he's leaving. And he brings you in and he starts taking you around the long way around.
Mm.
And he takes you the long way around. But it's not too bad. You end up somewhere right around here.
Oh, that's good.
Just worked out that way.
Yeah. And so he drops you off. And he's like, all right, yeah, tell Slumpy whatever. Bye. And he leaves.
I'll turn to Druto. What was that guy's name again?
Oh
well.
So you're outside the Slumpy Glump.
Mm.
Well, hold on. I don't want to forget the name. With a P. That looks like a P. Anyway, and it's dirty. And it's a little bit beat up. But only on the outside. You have no idea what the inside looks like.
It's a local place.
Yeah. It's not a tourist place.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, in that case,
what do you do?
I am going to call our contact on the comms or on the comm link.
Okay. Outside of the Slumpy Glump?
Yes.
Okay. So you call the contact code and right away it kind of I'm sorry. The contact code you've entered is no longer available. Goodbye. And then it disconnects.
Huh. I'll try it again.
You get the same result.
Huh. The contact code for our guy's not working.
Of course it isn't.
Oh, well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's get something to eat.
So you go into the Slumpy Glump, and boy, right away you can tell it's going to be good. The tables are like basic. There's even a couple of wood tables in there. Everything's mismatched and kind of beat up, but it's clean. And the same with the chairs. And the people in there look like probably local people. Like they're just kind of dressed blue collar for the most part. One or two uniforms that look like they work for some, corporation that has that uniform. It's pretty well packed. You're sort of like in the early lunch period for the planet. So like say 11 o'clock a.m.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's there's not a lot of empty space already at this point.
Well, we're going to find a seat or order or whatever seems to be the
Yeah,
procedure.
nobody's coming up to you so far. You're just kind of standing there in the entrance. Nobody's like a couple of people glance up at you and go back to their food.
If there's
Mostly humans.
If there's somebody nearby that kind of glances at me, I'll be like, "Hey, man, so would we just grab a seat or what?"
You're pretty close to a table that's near the door. Yeah, and just find a place.
All right, thanks. And we're gonna go find a table.
Okay. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 tables left out of maybe a dozen. There's 2 or 3 tables that are still empty. Druto, I assume you don't have a problem. Gonna go ahead and go sit as well.
No, I'm gonna see if anybody's eating something that looks good to me.
Okay. So you scan around and it's basic food. It's made with common ingredients. But the smells, the smells are good. They seem to have hyper bacon in good supply. But yeah, there's some really good smells coming from all over the room. My mouth's watering, man. Don't make me describe this stuff.
Describe the hyper bacon in detail.
It's salty but savory and cooked just to the right amount of crispiness. So you see a few things you think you would like. It seems like it's mostly people are mostly being served single dish meals. So like, a plate of noodles with sauce or a big old hunk of a casserole, that kind of thing. Druto is muted.
Yes.
There we go.
There he is.
Okay. I'm going to assume you guys are going to proceed to a table and sit down.
Yeah.
Druto kind of drops his backpack. How protective are you being of the backpack?
Pretty protective.
Okay.
Not paranoid, but almost.
Okay. And as you were walking in, you didn't see anybody else carrying a rifle, but there were, a handful of people that were open carrying, obviously, on their hips.
All right.
So you sit down and there's a little window into the small kitchen area, and a guy leans out and he kind of puts his arm on the sill of the window and he's like, "What do you want?"
I'll kind of point at what somebody else has and say, I'll take some of those noodles.
All right, you.
Same.
Looking at Rao. All right. 2 spicy slops coming up.
Nice.
And so you can see him back there kind of like with a little scoop, like straining up some noodles and putting them onto a kind of a bowl plate. And then he takes like a big ladle thing and just on top of the noodles and slops a big slop of sauce onto the noodles. And so like within a couple of minutes, he's carrying 2 plates out and puts them in front of you guys. He's like, "Enjoy." And then he goes back to the kitchen.
Thanks, boss. Well, I'm going to dig in.
It's good. It's spicy, but it's good.
Like, how spicy are we talking?
You're dead. It's too late. You're already dead now.
Roll your body.
So for each of you, how does your character usually react to spicy food?
Raul really likes spicy food, but his tolerance to spice is relatively low.
Okay. This is a bit uncomfortable for Raul.
Okay. Raul's just kind of like sweating. He's like, it's so good, man.
How about Druto? What is his approach to spicy food?
He's used to eating anything that is available. So that it's good is just a big plus.
Okay. So Druto's sweating a little bit too.
A little bit, but he doesn't care. He's not even paying attention to it.
Yeah. He's not paying attention to the food?
No, to the fact that he's sweating and stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
He's just enjoying it. He doesn't care.
Okay. So you two are eating some really tasty, but like a little bit outside your comfort range, just a little spicy food, and sweating, and getting all like glistening and you know, need a mop for your face looking. I guess for a minute or two you guys are eating, just enjoying more or less the food.
Yep.
Then do you talk about anything while you're eating, or are you just going to stuff your faces?
No, Druto's just gonna stuff his face.
Okay. Poor Druto. He's so withdrawn. He's like, nope, not again.
just gonna eat.
He's turtling, basically.
Raul's just sweating. He's like, oh man, this is so hot. We'll try and find that Bally Josto guy, but we'll look for him after this. Yeah.
Druto's just like, and then keeps eating.
So that's about as far as you guys are able to get for conversation for various reasons. You both just focus on your food until it's gone. And Raul, make a body roll.
Strength.
Yeah, strength.
I
guess you don't have any strength-based skills.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that. I don't have that pinned over here. I'll just bring it up.
I'm going to roll my incredible strength of 2D.
So I'm giving you a relatively low target number.
Okay.
Which I'll be deciding all by myself and not telling you about.
Oh no. I know I'm going to get rule of ones. So whatever happens is going to be hilarious.
This is not a skill roll. I'll say that. It's not a skill roll.
So it's a damage resistance roll.
No.
It's not exactly. Maybe I should make it a fortitude roll.
Oh,
nice.
I got an 11 off my 2 dice.
I probably set the target number a little high in retrospect. You know?
I rolled almost perfectly.
You know what I mean? A little high, but you passed.
Okay.
You passed. So the result is you're not going to have any complications later. He's going to be just fine. He's going to eat that meal, and he's going to look back on it fondly, and that's going to be it.
There will be no fiery regrets afterwards.
No, there will be no like discomforts or like time spent in reflection You know, sitting down and thinking about everything that he did that day.
I've done so much wrong with my life. To the best care.
Okay, so you come out of that fine. So you guys pay. It's pretty reasonable. It's like 10 credits for one of the best meals. You know what? It's 5 credits. It's 5 credits for one of the best meals you've had in a while.
Good. This was good.
So let's just say up to this point, the money that you spent is small enough that I don't care. Just don't track it.
Okay.
Like the money you spent for the cab and the meal, just forget about it.
I don't want us to tracking it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I saw you go into spreadsheet mode. So I was like, you know what? We're not going to sit here and pick over 5 credits and so on. That's silly. That's just silly. All right. So you're headed out.
Yeah.
You kind of pay. It looks like there's sort of like a register or something in the kitchen, like a little place where you can tap the back of the little pad that's mounted there, and they'll just kind of watch the pad and okay, you're good. So you've paid.
Yep.
And then you head out.
Right. Okay. Well, if we are kind of close to, like, I don't know how far the Ballyjosto's address is.
Call it a 10-minute walk.
Fairly
close.
A walk after a meal would be nice. So I'll just say to Drew, you want to just walk this one? Looks kind of close.
Yeah, let's do that. That I didn't think that was gonna turn out well, but it really did.
You're both walking down the street in your damp shirts, so happy about what you ate.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, made great life choices today. Now I'm going for a walk, so I'm making even more great life choices.
Everything's kind of going my way.
Yeah, right. Perfect. Stay in that mindset. So there's kind of like an alley that goes between the Slumpy Glump and Bally's place, but it's not like a dark, dirty alley. It's just like a really narrow street, and it's kept, pretty clean. But there's a couple people, coming and going, and people are using it for foot traffic, so you don't feel unsafe or anything being there. So you walk. Let me get my drawing thing up. So you walk down this kind of back alley and come out to the main road, and you come over and you get to the front of Ballyjosto's place. It looks like a big warehouse. A big warehouse. It has a couple of places where you can, lift up a rolling door for vehicle access. They're currently closed, but those doors are there. And then there's like a kind of a sliding door, a sliding automated door on the front. And
are there any lights coming or showing from inside?
From the inside?
Yeah.
There's not really any windows, but if you get up to the door, you can kind of see there's lights on inside.
Okay.
And the door, like the glass of the door has a little writing on it that just says Bally's.
Yeah, this must be the place.
Yep. Okay. I guess we'll start walking in.
They wait for each other to see who will go first. So
you said there were automatic doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you walk up to it and it.
Okay. Druto will go then.
Okay.
Yep.
So you walk in. Ralph follows in.
I'm following in.
Okay. So you guys walk in, And you find yourself, you know what?
Yet another tab.
Can you see my image, my menu? No, you can't.
No.
Okay. So you walk in, a new tab. We're up to 3 tabs this week.
It's a big drawing night.
Here's the entrance. I know. I'm pushing my skills to the max. So many circles. Anyway, so it looks like there's a desk here with a chair behind it. And it's kind of dusty. Like there's a couple of, forms and a couple of pieces of like bolts and little parts on it, but it's pretty dusty. And there's another desk kind of back here in the corner. There's no windows that you saw anywhere in the building. And then over here, there's another desk, and you walk in. There's a guy sitting behind the desk. There's a guy there. There's another guy standing over here. This guy is kind of facing towards the guy in the desk, kind of with his arms crossed. When you walk in, he kind of looks over at you. The guy in the desk is just kind of like leaning on his desk, like he's looking down at this data pad. And when you walk in, he kind of looks up and he's, sorry. Can you just give me a few minutes? Or are you here to do business? Are you here to do business?
Yep.
Really?
Is Raoul coming in after me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the business guy.
The guy's like, he kind of glances at the man standing over there. And he's, yeah, come in quickly. Yeah. What can I do for you?
We're looking for Bally Josto.
That's me. Yeah, I'm Bally.
Hey man, that's great.
So what's going on?
We're here to pick up a shipment for Jonas Glardus.
Jonas Glardus? I thought he was dead.
Not yet.
This is fantastic. All right. Can you show me what kind of shipment that this is? What's he talking about here?
Did Jonas give us like a list for the shipment or anything? Okay. Well, I'll pull it up and on, I guess, on my data pad and show it to him.
Yeah. You do have a separate data pad that has, it's like a secure data pad that has some financial functions on it, so that you would be able to use that to make transactions and so on.
Gotcha.
And it would have the expected shipment on it also. But you would also have something like, the manifest you're expecting available for your data pad. Just so you know.
Gotcha.
So you can use whatever you want.
I'll use the secure one because it seems more official.
Okay. So you hand it to him and he kind of takes it and he's like, okay. Wow. This is, hold on just a second. Hold on. Okay. He looks over at the guy that's standing there and he's like, get out. He picks up the data pad he was looking at before and just kind of throws it at him. The guy catches it and he says, we'll talk about this more later. And so he goes and he makes his exit out the door. There's a couple of chairs here in front of Bally's desk. Come on, sit down. Come on. This is, yeah. Okay. Have a seat.
Raoul will just plop down in the closest chair.
All right. So I'm looking through here and everything, as far as I can tell, looks like it's priced fairly. I'll have to go over, our latest numbers. Some of these things are market dependent, but everything looks good. How soon were you wanting to do fulfillment?
As soon as possible.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, we can do that. Yeah, my company will have these things ready as soon as possible. So it's going to take me about a day to figure out availability on some of this, but I'm going to be getting it ready for you right away. So great doing business with you. Yeah.
Hey, what about your contact? We couldn't get you earlier.
Yeah. You know what? It's probably out of date or something. Like I lost my comms a while back and had to change it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we get a new code?
Yeah, actually, how about you let me have your code and I'll call you here in a minute. That way I can send the details to you and like give you updates on how soon everything will be ready.
Yeah, okay. We'll just use mine.
Then,
so I'll give him my comm number.
Okay. And he kind of types it in on his on the data pad. Okay, good. Yep. Okay. Very good. All right. Is there anything else I can do for you? I'm going to get on this right away so we can transact business as soon as possible.
I'm assuming I got my data pad back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as far as I can tell, you never handed it to him.
Right.
You handed him the secure one.
Yeah. Just kind of showed him what was on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't think I'm understanding the situation.
You handed him
you airdrop the manifest.
You handed him the secure data pad. You didn't hand him yours.
Okay.
Right.
And the secure one was just something Jonas had given me for business or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. You can think of it as a combination like order form and credit card. Okay. Except it has to be authenticated. So like later on, you would have to do something to authenticate it so that it could be charged against, if that makes sense.
Okay. Would I know if this is something like I need to keep on my person? Like to
no. Normally you would leave it with him.
Okay.
Because he won't be able to like do any financial stuff on it without you also authenticating it somehow.
Okay.
And like there's a few ways to do it, but it would require your input.
Okay. So this isn't something I'm going to need to take back with me. Okay.
Right. Normally you would leave it with whoever you're doing business with.
Okay. Well, Raul will just say, all right. So you normally do business in ship parts or?
Oh, all kinds of parts. I mean, we get all kinds of stuff through here. I mean, you're a spacer, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like people around here, they make the changes they want to their ship.
Yeah. I know what you mean, man.
Yeah. And we get the parts.
Kind of out of character. I'm seeing if Druto is going to react to that at all.
To which part?
About a guy who sells parts and gets parts.
He's definitely reacting, but he's not going to say anything. But he's looking very skeptical.
Okay, so what is Druto doing this whole time? He hasn't been doing the business part of the exchange here. So what's he doing? Focusing on thinking, so on.
So when he was invited to sit, he very pointedly turned the chair, like sort of angled toward the door, sort of angled toward the desk, and sat
Uh-huh.
down so that he could watch the door.
Right.
And like has his gun laying on his lap,
Okay.
like not
And
aiming it, but has it ready.
was he watching for any kind of reaction from him doing that? From him having his rifle kind of like really easily available?
You mean was Raoul?
Correct. No, it was Druto. Like you're keeping your rifle like basically right here in front of you.
Mm.
Anyway.
No, he's not looking for a reaction from the other guy. He's just watching the door. He doesn't care right now what the other guy thinks.
Okay. So you're watching the door, and you see a couple of people walking around outside. There's not much to see from that angle. What else is Druto? Is he pretty much just doing that? He's just kind of like, I'm not turning my back on anybody here. I'm watching the door, and that's his focus.
I mean, he's half listening to the conversation. He's not really looking at what's his name?
Bally.
Yeah, he's not looking at Bally very much. He's just kind of listening, and so like he gets that kind of skeptical look on his face and glances at him like, wait, what? How does this work? But he's not gonna say anything.
He's too paranoid to be interested. He's too paranoid to be interested.
He's only somewhat interested. Yeah.
I see.
But he's definitely suspicious.
Okay. So go ahead, Raoul.
Raoul will say, "Who is that guy from earlier? He's not going to cause us any trouble, is he?"
Oh no, it's no. He's just he was trying to get us to take a deal that we didn't really want to do, but it had some volume behind it. Anyway, we're doing business now, so it's nothing to worry about.
So Druto kind of perks up at that a little bit. So what's that guy's name anyway?
So out of character. Let me see if I actually have a name prepared for him already. It's been a while.
He sees trouble in the future.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
Even if it's not there.
Okay, I don't think I actually named that character. So let's do I came up with a lot of names for a lot of people, but not that one.
Whoops.
So let's do a thing.
Please tell me you're going to use the random name generator.
Yay!
Oh,
random name generator.
Well. I mean, there's more than one. Which one were you thinking of?
I wasn't thinking of a specific one. I just remember we got some pretty funny stuff.
Well, we both got our character names off of random name generator.
Pretty much. Which I've never done before, but it's been worth it.
Let's do a thing. Why not? Let's do a thing. Did I properly anonymize that? I've got Warframe stuff up.
Oh no.
Oh no, they know I play Warframe.
Oh no.
There's something about Disney going on. All right. I'm gonna click it once. Do you guys see anything that you like? You guys get input this time. I like Gil Harass because it sounds kind of like harass.
Yep.
I kind of like Poro Schiff.
Poro Schiff.
Poor
Joe.
Schiff. Nothing jumps out at me.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to pick it myself, so we'll go with Poro Schiff.
Mm.
The players have spoken. Poro Schiff.
That guy's name is Poor Schiff.
So yeah, he just kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, that guy. His name's Poro Schiff. He's just, he's just a goon, like a low level employee of a local mod implementer, as he calls himself. He's just he's a ship tweaker. That's it."
So who's this guy he's working with?
When things went weird with your side of things, the family, they dropped a lot of business and a bunch of other people started picking it up. And so anyway, this guy, Gil Dankar, he picked up a lot of the business and he started calling himself Mod King Dankar. He sees himself as some kind of savant. I mean, he's mediocre, but like he picked up a lot of their business by kind of undercutting everybody. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about him. With the family back around, he's not going to be around much longer. So if you guys don't have any more business, how's Jonas? How's his family? Are they okay? We didn't hear from them for forever.
Oh yeah, they're getting rolling, man. He's such a cool guy. I could talk to him all day.
I love Jonas. He's been my best business associate ever. Yeah, he's always been straight with me and, really good customer. I love that guy.
Yep, Jonas is back in business. We killed off all the pirates and now he's back doing his thing.
Pirates. Pirates. I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but we don't particularly like pirates around here. Pirates. What did they do? They didn't touch his girls, did they?
Well, I don't think
they didn't
so.
touch his wife, did they?
I don't think so. Something about hiding them or something. I think he said they were fine, but I think he was kind of freaked out. But they're okay. They seem pretty happy now.
Well, once you guys get back over there, just tell him I'm gonna come pay him a visit. This is that's awful. Anyway, I'm glad that they're fine. So yeah, it's gonna be a day or so. If you guys are looking for somewhere to stay, maybe I could recommend a couple of places. Somewhere clean.
Clean is good.
Somewhere clean, not too far away. I would suggest the Don Cess. It's a little grandiose of a name, but it's still in pretty good shape. They could use the business. Safe.
Well, Druto can do whatever he wants to do, but I'm going to stay with my ship.
Well, if you don't mind me crashing on the ship while we're docked here, then I
It'll
kind
be
of need to
fine.
save up.
He kind of looks
thanks
at
for
the
the
two of you.
recommendation.
He kind of looks at you. Oh yeah, sure. If you've got plenty of, I guess you would. That's fine. They have a pretty decent cafe as well. If you're ever looking for some food.
Thanks.
I mean, cafe.
Yeah.
They've got some harder stuff. All right. Well, he kind of stands up and offers his hand out to Ral and then Druto. Well, it's I can't tell you how excited I am to be doing business with the Glardis family again. Boy, I'm going to get right on this. This is fantastic. All right. So, yep. I'm going to get started.
Okay.
All right.
So,
all right, man. Call us if you need anything.
I will. I sure will. And I'll contact you as soon as I've got a good timetable worked out.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. All right. See you later. we are leaving, or at least Ral is leaving.
Yeah, we're heading out.
All right. What now? And we're gonna finish up shortly. But what do you do now?
As soon as we're out and a little distance away, I mean, assuming we're gonna either walk back to the ship or check out local stuff. But Druto's gonna turn around and be like, "You think he's on the level? I mean, once he started talking about Jonas, I feel a lot better about him, but I don't know. Something smells fishy."
These kinds of guys usually are a little fishy, but it'll be all right.
Okay.
I mean, back home, yeah. Like, you know how it is.
Yeah. There's a good fishy and there's a bad fishy.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
I'm just kind of letting you guys talk for a second.
Okay.
That was all he had.
Yeah. I'm explaining. I pretty much I was letting you talk. So both of you roll perception.
12.
9.
No rule of ones. Yay.
Yay.
Yes.
So you guys walking back to the ship would be probably a good 45 minutes. But you don't necessarily have anywhere else to be. So you might choose to do that. I'll leave that up to you. But let's just say you're kind of walking down to the intersection, the next major road intersection. And as you're going, you both kind of notice that dude that you saw in the office, Poro Schiff. He's kind of standing at the corner of one of the buildings, kind of leaning against it and watching you from the other side of the road, watching you as you walk by.
Do we both notice him?
You both do.
I'll kind of nudge Ral and point over there, not very subtly.
Ral will like see what he's looking at, and then he'll look directly at Poro Schiff and be like, "So."
He doesn't really respond. He just keeps watching you. Okay, so you guys go back to the ship one way or the other.
Right.
All right, and we're gonna call it there for the week. We didn't do just transit. We did transit and eating this week. People ate and they
Mostly
transited.
eating.
We ate good.
People, things were accomplished, like lunch. So we're gonna end it there. We're gonna be back next week at 8:45 or whenever, like clockwork, precisely down to the ballpark. As always. That's it. We're gonna be off and see you next week.